Hey, everybody. This is Bill Pesco-Solito. This is my beautiful wife, Michelle Pesco-Solito.
Surprise!
And you're going to get a double dose of the Pesco-Solitos on today's Elite Marketing Pro Daily Dose of Awesome. So as you are joining us here on today's Daily Dose of Awesome, please just give a quick shout out. Let us know where you're watching from. And is it warm or cold where you are? And we want to obviously give you a quick shout out. So as you hop on, let us know where you're from, where you're watching. Yes. And before we dive into this,
hi, Melinda.
Hey, Melinda. If you are new to Elite Marketing Pro, the community, or if this is your first time on a Daily Dose of Awesome, this is the Elite Marketing Pro Daily Dose of Awesome, which basically is a daily little 15 to 20 minute dose of inspiration, motivation, perspiration to help you build. Yeah, I know. To help you build your business and attract more people to you. If you don't know what Elite Marketing Pro is, it is a educational platform and an online community of like-minded home-based business owners who are looking to build their business online, attract more leads and an audience to them, and just crush their business. So head on over to elitemarketingpro.com where you can get more details. Now we've got a lot of people coming on here, fired up. Who do we have
We've got Maya from New York City. We've got Lisa. She said hello. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
And your favorite, David from Chile, Boston.
Hey, what's up, David from Chile, Boston?
He loves Boston.
Yeah.
25 degrees. Now, see, that's why we don't live in Boston. That's why I kidnapped Bill and we live in Texas.
Yeah. I spent 30 some odd years of my life up there, and I don't miss the cold, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah.
So awesome. Well, like we said, we
have a question.
Do
you want me to get into it?
Yes, go.
Yeah, this is a special treat, right? Having both of us on here. So we have a question for you guys because we really want to help you guys finish out the year strong. And we want to help you kind of clean out some things and maybe start some new projects. It depends, you know, but let's ask you a question first. So comment below and let us know how your year turned out. You know, even if you're just starting marketing this year or you just started in the home-based business industry, comment below. We want to see, did you finish strong? Are you finishing strong? Maybe, and don't be afraid to say this, did you possibly feel like you didn't accomplish all of your goals? Or maybe you found yourself spinning your wheels a lot this year. Or maybe this year was just a big learning journey for you, an adventure for you. Do you feel like you have grown any? Do you feel like you've grown any this year? You know, we want to see in the comments below how you feel like your year. Yes.
And also type below if you had a win, right?
Oh,
hopefully you've had many wins. Some wins are big, some wins are small. Some wins could be I got my first 300 fans on my fan page. You know, a win could be I generated my first lead or 10 leads. So comment below just a win that you've had. And again, we're going to make this very interactive.
Yes.
So we need to hear from you. And I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking down at my phone so I can see all your comments.
Because I see a lot coming, and I want to make sure we address them. A couple of people have said they started out struggling, but once they got out of their own way, they started having success. And that's huge.
That is huge.
I was thinking that last night is oftentimes we're in our own way, and that's causing us to not achieve those goals that we want to. And oftentimes what's getting in our own way is right here, what's in your head, these mental blocks, these things where you're comparing yourself to other people, which is something you really shouldn't do. You should be your own self and celebrate your own victories, whether small or large. Did you want to mention some on there?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of people saying things like, it's been a learning journey. It's been a lot of growth this year, which is good. Just started my business this year and with EMP last month. It's been a massive learning curve, immense growth personally. Didn't recruit like I wanted this year. Hope to kickstart 2018. Okay, very cool, very cool. Definitely a learning journey for me
good.
this
You guys
year.
are having had a good year, it looks like, and nothing just...
Definitely grown, but still feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Okay.
That's okay.
Actually scared to take the next move because I can see how everything has to change.
Yep, very good. Constant fight against yourself. That's a big one. How many of you guys feel that way? Put a 1 below if you feel like oftentimes you're in your own way. Maybe you don't recognize that. We could kind of start and talk about that.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to kind of get back to is for those of you that feel you've learned a lot. So I see a lot of themes like it's growing, growth is good. But if, learned a lot, I learned a lot, I'm still learning, or learning curve. One thing that you can do right now,
yes.
And here's the thing, you might not believe this, but I'm telling you that what I'm about to tell you is the God's honest 100% truth. You've learned something this year. Maybe you learned it within EMP community. Maybe you learned it wherever. You learned something. Let's just say whatever that thing is. You learned X, okay? There are so many people out there who are in a position similar to where you were who haven't learned X yet.
Right.
Okay? Now you might think, oh, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still relatively new, I haven't had a lot of wins to talk about, or I can't share these massive results, but you learned something, right? You learned whatever that was, X. Talk about that. Do a video about that.
Yes.
Write a blog post about that. Email your list about that. I'm telling you, all you have to be is one step ahead of your audience, and you will be providing value to them. You'll be seen as an authority to them. You'll be looked at as someone that they can start to know, like, and trust and follow. All you have to do is share whatever it is that you learned. No matter how big or small, no matter how even mundane you might think it is, I'm telling you with 100% certainty, people out there haven't learned that yet. And if you can be that voice, that guide, that person to shed light upon them in that one particular thing, you've just created fans. You've created an audience. You've created people that will now want to continue to watch you and learn from you and join you in your business.
And that's huge. And I knew you were going to say that because I oftentimes tell that story. That's why we work so well together. We read each other's minds. So oftentimes I'll tell that story when I first started out. And people ask, how did you become so successful? How did you build your brand successfully online? You could go back and look at our YouTube channel, and I started with one video that just basically was like, hi, this is Michelle. I'm just starting my online journey. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but I would love to take you along on this journey. And I'm going to share with you my failures. I'm going to share with you my success stories. I'm going to share with you what's working and what's not. So it's very important. And I love what you said there for you guys to do that, realize, just imagine all these little people in different pods. I mean, sometimes we get caught up in thinking, oh, everybody, this seems so simple. There's nobody that would really, benefit from this, or would they really find value in this? And I know for me, oftentimes I get caught up in that with simple Facebook stuff, and I think everybody already knows this, and it's not true. You have to get out of your own way. That's not true, because like he said, there is somebody that can benefit from that, and they're out there. I picture them like little pods. Here's some people here that are very, very, very beginning stages of marketing on Facebook. Here's some people over here that are advanced. So don't be afraid to teach the things that you learn, because that's going to help you build your brand, and consistency wins every single time when it comes to building your brand on Facebook by just showing up every single day.
Absolutely. And I love what Tara said. Tara, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Tara said she taught about hyperlinks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hyperlinks? Like, frankly, that kind of sounds like a talk about hyperlinks, like boring, shoot me in the face. But that's great. Like, that's important. That's important. That is important stuff. She also said, I love teaching those common sense topics. Absolutely.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, is kind of like Michelle said, there's people who are, every single day, they're brand new people into the home-based business industry every day, right? Every single day, someone is joining and they're brand new and they don't know a thing. They know nothing, right? So even the littlest thing, if you can teach them that, boom, you've got yourself a fan.
Yeah, and there's so many people out there that are they're reaching out for help. And for you guys as leaders, up and coming leaders, whatever you consider yourself at this time, it doesn't matter. It's you, it's your story, you're your own person. It's your job to reach down to them. And when they're up there reaching and extending their hand out, help me. And that's what you can do to really grow your business more, is to be able to reach down to them and help them and pull them up. Don't drag them across the finish line, but pull them up.
Yeah, help them up the mountain.
Yes, help them up that mountain. So that's one big takeaway I want to say for this Daily Dose of Awesome. that you guys can take away, at least as we get into what we're going to get into here, is always be teaching. Always be teaching people to provide value. It's important.
Yes. So let's now dive into part number 2. And first of all, if you liked that last little 5 minutes or so of us talking, if you got value from that, if you found that interesting or useful, or even if you find us to be mildly entertaining, type a 2 in the comment section below. So el numero 2, numero dos, in the comments section below, if you found that to be of even the slightest possible use whatsoever.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see some 2s coming
Amy
across.
And Steve said 2.
Okay, awesome. So
All
the
right.
2s are flowing through. Keep those 2s a coming. Keep clicking on the like and heart button. If that is assuming that you like or heart this. If you don't.
Yesterday I had an angry face.
I know, don't put angry emojis. That will make us very upset. So here's the deal. Here's the second kind of component of this. So if you're, as you're looking back on 2017, remember, this is all about gearing up for 2018. So as you're looking back upon 2017, don't just think about it first, but write down on paper what worked for you.
Yes.
Right? What were the wins? Even if they're tiny wins, even if it was I generated 1 lead, or I got 1 fan on my Facebook fan page, or I posted my first ad, like whatever. Write down what worked for you. All right? What worked for you? And then take a deep kind of dive into what you did to make that thing work. Right? Was it that you were very consistent with the process, and that's what made it work? Was maybe part of it was because you just loved doing it? It was an aspect of building your business that you're like, I love this part of my business. Was it because you watched a specific training and then you specifically applied what they said to do in the training? Right? So whatever it was, write down what kind of enabled, and it might be a few different things, that enabled that win to happen, or that enabled that thing to work in your business.
And this is so important to keep you from spinning your wheels next year. We're trying to set you up here for a win next year. Bigger wins. So make sure you write those down.
Right. So how did it work? In what way did it work? And what specific results did you get from doing that?
Right.
Then take a look back on 2017 and write down, and this is maybe a little harder to do, or maybe it's kind of harder because it's really like looking deep inside yourself, but write down what didn't work. Right? What kinds of things were you trying to accomplish, or what facet of your business were you trying to accomplish, but it didn't work for you yet? And
it could be things like, I put a lot of time and energy into this, and the results were really mediocre. You know, like I spent hours upon hours of doing one thing, and the results really didn't pay out. Things like that. You know, what was profitable in your business? Yeah. They could be things like that for sure.
So what didn't work?
Yes.
And then ask yourself, again, being very, very honest, brutally honest, why didn't it work? Yeah. Was it because you weren't consistent enough? Was it because you quit on this strategy too soon? You ran one Facebook ad, you didn't get great results, and you said, Facebook ads don't work, right? Again, you have to be very, very honest here, brutally honest. This is gut check time. So was it because you quit too soon on the process or the strategy? Were you not consistent enough? Did you not actually put enough time, energy, and effort to give this thing a fair chance of working for you or not? And finally, is what you're going to kind of, I think, end with is, or is it possible that this was just something that you just didn't like doing? Like in your heart of hearts, you're just kind of like, meh, I hate this aspect.
I hate doing videos, or I hate writing. You know, what was it that you just weren't happy about doing, but you were making yourself do it because everybody tells you you're supposed to do it? Be honest with yourself, write those things out. This is so important because we want to take you into next year with a different mindset and really tweaking and changing things and moving you a degree to possibly, sometimes we're just off by a degree, and moving you into success.
So, in just one example, and Curtis, because you wrote this down, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Curtis said, I tried to do too many things at the same time.
Right.
That's a great one. I'm sure, I struggle with that even now. I find myself spinning my wheels because I'm I'm like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like at a 3, but I'm invested in 4 different things. So I feel like my output is a 10, but it's because I'm working kind of part way on this thing and part way on that project, and a third of my energy is going to this project, and I'm not giving myself 100% of my energy into one specific thing. I'm splintering my efforts, and therefore I'm getting splintered or no results, right? So I'm guilty of this as well, and that can be something that you Curtis, and you, everyone, as you're watching this and you're hearing our voices, that you have to really think about. Are you, in a little bit of a way, setting yourself up for failure because you've got 30% of your effort going to this project, and 30% of your effort on this blog post, and 40% of your effort for this thank you video, and so forth, and you're not giving actually 100% to one specific thing. And therefore, you either never complete these things, or when you do finally complete them, they're not really as good as they could have been because you were splintered with your time, energy, and effort.
And in this industry, honestly, you have to be 100% you have to be there 100%. It's like when people try to promote multiple different businesses. Sure, people have success with that, but that's because they've mastered one already. So it's really important not to spread yourself too thin. And I'll tell you right now, if you haven't read the book, Eat That Frog, read that book. That will help a lot of you guys if you're feeling like that same situation. I forgot Curtis maybe had mentioned, if you feel like you're spreading yourself too thin, read that book, Eat That Frog, and it will change your whole entire mindset when it comes to, spreading yourself too thin. It will really kind of condition you into mastering something and getting the big projects out of the way that are going to create the most success. And that's important to be able to identify that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. And Eat That Frog is by Brian Tracy.
Yes.
If you all want to check that out.
Cool. And so, do you want us to talk about how to launch into the first year, into the beginning of the year now?
Sure, yeah.
So once you've identified all of that, and you've really taken a hard look at what you've done this year, and also one thing that I want to mention is get rid of things that don't serve you. That is so important. If it doesn't serve you in your business, get rid of it. I mean, even in relationships, I hate to say that, even if relationships don't serve you, you've got to get rid of that. You've got to get rid of that negativity. So let's launch you into the first of the year because we don't have a lot of time here. But, once you've identified all that, you can kind of just start with a clean slate. I mean, I hate to use that. I want to use that word a little loosely, but I always like, for us, we like to just start out the year fresh and start out doing the things that we actually love and we know that we're the most profitable things in our business. So one of the things that you can do to start that out is to
create SMART goals. So if you're not familiar with the term SMART goals, SMART is an acronym. So the S is for specific, the M is for measurable, the A is for achievable or attainable, the R is results-oriented, results-focused, and the T is time-bound.
Yes.
Right? So, SMART, S-M-A-R-T, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, results-oriented, and time-bound. So, right, and for you right now, maybe you're newer, maybe you're in the beginning stages, maybe you feel you haven't achieved the amount of results you would have hoped to achieve yet. Start with some small SMART goals. Don't make a SMART goal to be like, I want to earn, $10,000 a month, right? I mean, you could, but start with something, again, that's more attainable, right? So maybe it's something like as far as a goal on how many fans to your fan page, right? And make that something that's specific. Again, obviously specific, but attainable. So maybe it's 500 fans or wherever it is that you are right now. I don't know where you are specifically.
Right.
Maybe it's, just generate my first 10 leads online, using Elite Marketing Pro, using the Elite Marketing Pro system. Maybe it's something that is, there's all this training in the back office of Elite Marketing Pro. Maybe you say, look, I'm going to tackle within the back office of Elite Marketing Pro, I'm going to tackle, X, Y, and Z specific trainings. And I'm going to watch those trainings, digest them, watch them, take notes, and then take action. And then obviously put a time goal around it. So it's got to be something that's realistic and attainable because also there's going to be a time goal, by the end of this week or by the end of January. So by the end of January, I will have done this, whatever the goal is that you're trying to accomplish.
And here's why that is so important. Because if you set yourself a goal that's something like, I'm going to make $1 million this year, and you don't hit that, you're going to be down on yourself. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to feel, if you're hard on yourself like I am, you're going to feel like, oh, I'm such a failure. So when you're setting your goals, it's important to set, achievable goals, because you want to spread this out throughout the entire year so you can celebrate victories along the way, because that will keep you motivated. That will drive you, and that will keep you passionate in what you're doing. Because if you're setting goals that aren't really attainable, like they're really, really, really hard to hit, because sometimes we think we got to set these really big, lofty goals because we're thinking too small. Sure, set those, but also set these smaller goals along the way so you can celebrate those victories along the way, along the journey. Think of your entire year as, here it is, 12 months. Set them out throughout each month or each week, every couple of weeks, so you can stay focused instead of looking at a really long road where your goal is way down here. And what happens is you get about a fourth of the way through and it's still so far, and you let yourself down, you start to get frustrated, and you think, oh my God, I can't achieve this, it's so far. And if you do that, you're going to end up quitting, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get overwhelmed. Trust me, I know this from experience. So it's so important to set those small goals. So if you get that, give some thumbs ups here, because I want all of you guys to, when you walk away from this, is to really, set those small little goals, like the SMART goals, along the way, so you can celebrate victories throughout the entire year and keep that momentum going in your life, in your business, in your relationships, and everything.
So here's the deal. If you get the SMART goal concept, if you get the SMART goal concept, if you can see yourself doing that,
yes,
because we want to give you actionable things that you can actually take into to help 2018. So if you can see yourself employing SMART goals, the SMART goal strategy into your business in 2018, type the number 3 below in the comment section.
Need some more coffee.
I do need some more coffee. So, el número 3, 3. So 3, type a number 3. That's 3 in French, Michelle.
Thank you.
3 below in the comment section.
All right. Yes.
So I want to see some 3s. Again, just if you feel that you understand it and you can envision yourself doing that, type a 3 below. Want to see some 3s? We got some 3s coming over. Hey, there's Reba, the Reebster.
This was fun.
Rebanator on the call. Rebanator in the hizzo.
This is fun doing this together.
It is.
We should do this more. You guys want us to do this more often.
You all
together.
deserve to hear us more often. You deserve to hear us more often.
The problem is for us ladies is we have to do our hair and do makeup. Guys can just throw a ball cap on. I mean, that's,
I spent an hour doing my hair and makeup this morning before this.
So I just gave you an excuse. Anytime you find yourself throwing out an excuse, stop yourself and say, what might you do about that? Did I just use the right words?
Yes.
What might you do about that?
Yeah.
So what might I do about that? I might actually wake up a little earlier and just put my makeup on no matter what every morning to be ready and be prepared to do a live.
There you go.
So anytime you're going to make an excuse, ask yourself, what might I do about it?
So as we conclude this, we kind of got to wrap this up.
Okay.
You wanted to finish.
I do. Okay. So this for me has been words that I live by. I should tell that quote. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. That is a quote that I live by. It changed the way I think about my life, our business, everything. Because if you're doing stuff that you are not passionate about, it comes through in your messaging, it comes through in your relationships, it comes through in life in general. Always be passionate about what you're doing. If you are not passionate about writing, and you know that writing blog posts is important in marketing, what might you do about it? Change it up. Find something you're passionate about. Not everybody needs to be a blogger. I am not a blogger. I'm a video person because I am not good at writing. I know that I should write, but I hate every bit of it. So instead, what might I do about it? I find an alternative and I go out and do videos. You guys can do the same things. If you're in a business right now that you are not passionate about, Ask yourself what you can do about that. What can you change? What can you do? How can you tweak something? Because the quickest way to getting burned out in your business, in life in general, is by doing things you're not passionate about. So as you end out the year, ask yourself that too. Are you truly passionate about what you're doing? And if you're not, find a way to do things that you're passionate about. You can build a business around anything you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
If you're passionate about animals, you can build a business around it. If you're passionate about your healthy lifestyle, you can build a business around it. If you're passionate around cooking, if you're passionate about helping other people succeed, you can build a business around that. I promise you, that's what we are here for. We are entrepreneurs. It's called being resourceful and figuring that out for yourself. So with that said, and you know, at least my last words is be passionate about what you're doing, because that comes through in your messaging. If you just did not hear my passion just now, I am very passionate about people understanding that they have to be passionate about their business and what they're doing, because if they're not, it comes through in their messaging.
Absolutely. And that is so well said, Michelle. You just nailed that. So we are now at 12:26. We went a little long today. We hope you don't mind. So it's two of us, so we should get like more time, right? So if you found this whole little last 20 minutes of your life to be at all, inspiring, value, useful, again, even if we were like mildly entertaining, someone's sending angry emojis, just type a 4 in the comment section below, quattro, all right?
Yes.
Type a 4 in this comment section below. Do some likes and hearts. The angry emoji person.
Your haters
probably like
will motivate you.
It's probably Fernie. Fernie's probably putting all the angry emojis.
Your haters will motivate you.
All right, I see some 4s coming across, so type a 4 below if you found this at all to be useful, interesting, valuable, something that you can take into 2018 specifically, because that's what we want to do. We want to help you build your business.
Yes.
We want to see you succeed. All we want to do is see you succeed. We want to see you have fun and succeed with your business and to achieve whatever it is that you specifically want to achieve. So, awesome. We got a lot of people typing in 4s. Free typing 444. Nice.
Awesome.
So thank you all so much. Again, if this is your first Daily Dose of Awesome ever, go to elitemarketingpro.com to check out Elite Marketing Pro and what it has to offer as far as helping you build your business online. So with that being said, you guys are the bomb, diggity bomb bomb. We had a lot of fun.
Day.
And we'll see you all in the next one.
All right, bye-bye guys.
Bye.